Hi, I'm Matt Tyrrell of Uncommon Knowledge and hypnosisdownloads.com, and welcome to 7 weight loss motivation tips that work. Stay focused on getting slimmer and staying that way. Now I got a phone call, and the phone call was desperate and the voice was pleading, and the voice at the other end said, "I'm afraid I'm going to be a great fat blob on my wedding day. Can you help me?" So Sheila, this client, came along to see me. And she said, "It's always the same. I get motivated for a few days, lose weight, then something happens and I pile it all on again, and more than to begin with. I'm getting married in 3 months. You'd think that would be motivation enough, but my weight's been even more all over the place lately." And Sheila was right. Weight loss motivation is easy at first. You get the rapid progress, you feel great, you get the compliments, you start wearing the clothes you really want to wear, you start feeling more attractive, you get more energy. All this positive feedback is motivating. In fact, it's captivating. But inevitably, this weight loss honeymoon period starts to wane. And that's when it can get tough. So how do slim people do it? Above and beyond the fact, of course, that they might have a genetically different body shape. Okay, how do slim people tend to think about food? Living like a slim person needs to be a way of life. If a healthy weight can only be sustained through constant positive feedback and the excitement of feeling newly slimmer, then it won't be sustainable long term. "What do you mean something happens?" I asked Sheila. And she said, "Well, I might have an upset at work, or my son will wind me up, or I'll start worrying about being fat at my wedding, and hey presto, I start eating again. All the stuff that I shouldn't be eating." So Sheila was doing what millions of people who struggle with their weight do. She was using food for emotional support as well as simply nutrition. Our goal was simple. We needed her to start thinking and behaving like a naturally slim person long term, up to and beyond her wedding. Here are some approaches we used, and you can really make them your own so they work for you as well as they did for Sheila. So, number 1, natural weight loss motivation means thinking slim. Think about this. What do you experience just before you eat something? That all-important moment. And I'm talking about you eat something that you don't need to eat or you shouldn't be eating. Do you wrestle with yourself? Is there a little internal dialogue going on? I really shouldn't be doing this, but I want to, but I deserve this, but I shouldn't be doing this. Do you imagine how it's going to taste, feel in the mouth, the texture and taste? Or do you focus on the real consequences, not just the transitory satisfactions of eating? Overweight people tend to imagine how it's going to taste and feel as they eat, whereas people who naturally eat slim tend to imagine how all that stodgy pie or cake will feel hanging heavy in their stomachs after they've eaten it. That's an important distinction. Jumping from a great height may feel fun whilst it lasts, but the consequences come after we hit the ground, and it's that which we consider when deciding not to do it. So practice the habit until it becomes natural for you of imagining when you're being tempted to eat what you don't need to eat, how your stomach is going to feel 10 minutes or an hour after you've consumed weight-increasing food. 2, hang out with slimmer people. I'm not suggesting you ditch all your less than slender friends, but research does show that the body type of the average person you hang out with affects your weight and size. So start hanging around, perhaps at the gym, with slimmer, fitter types, and you'll start feeding your subconscious mind with the message that this is normal. Sheila started hanging out with slim types at a jogging club and socialized with some of them as well. 3, lasting weight loss motivation. Be fair to yourself. Imagine a friend of yours walks up 100 steps, but feels a bit tired and stops for a second. Then maybe they step back down again a couple of steps. They tell you bitterly, "I've totally blown it. I might as well forget this whole idea of reaching the top of these 100 steps." And you might think, what are you talking about? That's crazy. But people do this all the time with weight loss and any other types of progress. The 99 steps they've climbed never happened in their mind because they've had one slip. But that's exactly what we shouldn't be doing. You lose weight, maybe 3 or 4 pounds, maybe much more than that, but you slip, have a bad day or a weak moment, and you eat something you shouldn't have. Okay, and we will do that occasionally. And what do you tell yourself? Oh, well, now I've completely blown it. I might as well really binge now, rather than just seeing it as a pause on those steps. Okay, you've still climbed all those other steps, and even if you've gone down a couple of steps, you can carry on generally in the right direction. So beware the trap of perfectionism. Aim to eat sensibly and healthily most of the time, not all of the time. Don't live under a self-imposed dictatorship, because that's untenable. We all eat more than we should of the wrong kind of stuff now and then. Think of your weight as something that, once you've reached a healthy weight, can go up and down to some extent. It's not stuck rigidly in concrete at one level. Okay, you can have a sliding scale. It doesn't have to be much in your mind, just a couple of pounds either side of your target weight. Everyone's weight fluctuates a bit, and you should prepare for this. No one can live for long under a self-imposed, too harsh, rigid, brittle, self-punishing dictatorship, so don't. 4. Change what treats means to you. Brainwashed, that's what we are. From childhood on, it's drummed into us, some of us, that treats consist of fatty, sugary, empty, calorific stodge. So what happens next? We start eating healthily and suddenly we have no treats. We feel deprived. And of course a treat is whatever you decide it to be. Is it really a treat to clog arteries and gain unsightly fat and feel bad about yourself and risk diabetes and heart disease? So write down 5 treats that don't involve enhancing the fat or sugar. Whether the treat is calling a friend, going for a walk, or even having a cup of special tea or coffee, we can all reward and comfort ourselves. But we don't have to do this in ways that are self-harming. It's how we do it that counts. 5. Weight loss is not a cure-all. Don't expect weight loss to cure all of life's problems. Sure, you'll be healthier, fitter, and so on, and that will have a positive and maybe unexpected positive ripple effect on all areas of your life. But as a slimmer person, you'll still have a bad day in the office, or moments of self-doubt, or times when you feel undervalued, or misunderstandings with friends and so forth. All these things still happen, of course, as a slim person, believe it or not. Many people feel let down when they become slimmer and then find that being slim doesn't solve all their problems in one go, and so they revert to eating poorly again. Okay, they revert to what they knew before. So don't fall into that trap. You've lots of different needs which need to be fulfilled in life. Being slimmer, healthier and fitter is just one of them. 6. Let your digestion take time out. Sure, you'll get slimmer, but this will be a happy byproduct of becoming generally healthier, and that's what you need to focus on. A way to increase your weight loss motivation is to think of times of not eating as a treat, a rest, a break, a recuperation or time out for your stomach and digestion, and that's every cell of your body. You need to eat enough of the right kinds of food, but snacking when you're not hungry is making your system work much harder than it really needs to. Imagine an office worker having to process important paperwork. To be effective, they need to have regular breaks. But now imagine overloading them with loads of useless, unnecessary admin that doesn't need doing at all. And before they've done one lot, you've given them another lot, and you've given them another lot, and you've given them another lot. They need time out. To fulfill their real role, they need to just process what needs to be processed and enjoy having enough breaks to do their job well. It's the same for your stomach. Give it some time out, give it a vacation, give it a holiday. Stomachs get exhausted having to constantly process loads of unnecessary, bulky foods. Treat your stomach by giving it time off. 7. Eat when you're hungry. And this sounds obvious, but eating sugary foods will cause a subsequent crash in energy, leaving you wanting more sugary foods. Eating protein with every meal alongside good carbs, such as whole grains or vegetables, fruits and beans, helps sustain slow release energy. So you're not on that roller coaster. This avoids the crash and burn of overdosing on the sugar. Eating for slow release energy is a way of giving your stomach and digestion time out. Okay, you release energy in a sustainable way to keep your weight loss motivation firing on all cylinders without you having to consciously think about it all the time. Now, it's over 6 years since Sheila walked down the aisle, and I still see her at my gym sometimes. And the happiest day of her life was so happy, she tells me, because she felt so healthy. And the fact that she was slim was and is just a happy outer reflection of the changes in the way she feels and thinks about food. It's an outer reflection of the inner woman. So I hope you found that useful, and if you did, please hit like and subscribe. And if you want to hear when my next video is published, hit the notification bell below this video. I'm Mark Tyrrell of Uncommon Knowledge and HypnosisDownloads.com. And if you'd like to try some of my personal development products, head over to HypnosisDownloads.com as well and take a look around. Thanks for watching.